What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Well, this World Series, the Los Angeles Dodgers, representing the National League, versus the New York Yankees, representing the American League, is a rematch of the 1977 World Series, won by the Yankees. I think they won in six. It was game six of that 1977 World Series where Reggie Jackson, already having a great series going into that game, hit three consecutive home runs off three pitches to become Mr. October. As a matter of fact, he actually hit four consecutive home runs off four pitches when you consider that he hit a home run, I think, the bottom of the ninth for game five. Though we were making parallels between this World Series and that one. It was Freddie Freeman's walk-off home run last night at the bottom of the ninth that drew parallels to another iconic moment involving a player, a Dodger favorite, Kirk Gibson, back in 1988. It was back in 1988 in game one of that World Series. The Dodgers' opponent at that time was the Oakland Athletics, when Kirk Gibson, battling injuries to both legs, which eliminated his ability to basically beat out a bunt or, scoring anything really other than a home run. Maybe if he could, the hope was hit a bloop single that might evade a fielder. Maybe he could get on base and maybe drive someone home. No one was really anticipating or expecting him to do what he did, which was hit a dramatic game-winning home run to win game one for the Dodgers. Ultimately, the Dodgers won that World Series. I can't remember the spread, but I want to say it might have been 5 games. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong on that. This series that is being played right now has a long way to go, but Freddie Freeman channeled Kirk Gibson last night.
Cortez delivers. Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone! Gibby, meet Freddie. Game one of the World Series.
There are many interesting parallels between these two. Both hit dramatic game-winning home runs in game one of the World Series. Both, when they did it, were battling injuries. Freddie Freeman has a leg, I think an ankle injury, actually. Kirk Gibson was dealing with a little bit more serious injuries to both legs. Both were older players. Freddie Freeman's 35. Kirk Gibson, I believe, was 31, a banged up 31 when he had his moment. Freddie Freeman has a son that has, I think, a motor neuron disease. Kirk Gibson has Parkinson's disease. So there's some interesting parallels there. Freddie Freeman is a former league MVP with the Atlanta Braves, I believe, back in 2020. Kirk Gibson, the year that he hit that dramatic home run, was the NL MVP with the Dodgers. So there's a lot of parallels here. Focusing on Freddie Freeman, he will be a Hall of Famer, and this will be a moment that will be remembered in his career. For his career, he bats .300. He has 2,267 career hits, 343 home runs, 1,232 RBIs batted in. He's an 8-time All-Star. He won a World Series championship back in 2021 with the Atlanta Braves. You remember, that was the year that, unfortunately, we lost Hank Aaron back in January. So you could argue that World Series championship was for the greatest Brave ever in Hank Aaron. Now, it was just a few days ago when the Los Angeles Dodgers organization lost one of the greatest pitchers in their history. And Lee's, I'm having a brain fart right now. In Venezuela, what is his name? Fernando Venezuela, excuse me. They lost one of the greatest pitchers in their history, Fernando Venezuela, to liver cancer, and now come out that was the cause of his demise. So maybe they can, hopefully, if you're a Dodger fan, they can win this World Series for the memory of the great Fernando Venezuela, who, of course, helped to usher in Fernando Mania back in 1981 when he won the NL MVP and Rookie of the, excuse me, not MVP, he won Cy Young Award and the MVP. So this is 1-0 in this World Series, but it's just one game. But I think this definitely be remembered as one of the great moments in World Series history. I'm thinking about the Vin Scully's call right now. One thing that is different about Kirk Gibson's home run versus Freddie Freeman's, Kirk Gibson kind of had to work that count. He was going up against a hell of a pitcher, and Dennis Eckersley, who was at the top of his game. Matter of fact, I think, if I remember correctly, Dennis Eckersley had not given up a home run since August, early August at that point. He was having the greatest stretch of his career. And he worked the count. And I forgot who it was, but some scout, I think it was, for the Dodgers told him, and he actually just pulled this out of his ass. He just told him this. It wasn't any factual or statistical information to support this, but he told Kirk Gibson that, partner, if you work to a 3-2 count, as sure as hell, Eckersley's going to throw a slider. Now, there's actually no actual information or statistical evidence to support that Eckersley does that on any regular basis, but he guessed right. And that's the pitch that Kirk Gibson looked for. And fortunately for him, that's what Dennis Eckersley threw, and the rest was history. High fly ball to right field. She is gone. I don't believe what I just saw.